everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for once again joining me for tea time. Today we have just misty morning, just a little bit of misty morning. It is so good, guys. I hope you're hanging out, having your cup of tea, cup of coffee, or maybe something harder, depends on what part of the planet you're on. Well, today we're going to be talking about Canon and a brand new concept. Once again, yet another concept camera that they're coming out with. I spoke about this about a month or two ago. There was some leaked information out there. Now we're solidifying it, exactly what this is, what it does, and what it's called. So before I get into it, I want to say that if you haven't went over to my website, JCristina.com, head over to JCristina.com/ebook. Once again, JCristina.com/ebook. 10 tips at making tack sharp images. It's a free ebook that I put together for you. Download it. Once again, it's free. There's something there for amateurs, pro-ams, as well as professionals. You're going to get something out of it. I'm positive of it. So go download it. Once again, it's free. Can't beat free, right? JCristina.com/ebook. Anyway, so Canon and their brand new project, let's call it project camera, which is really not a camera. I'll get into that in just a second. So we know that Canon has been like at this breakneck speed when it comes to developing new full frame mirrorless cameras, as well as their RF lenses, right? Glass, a ton of glass, right? They're moving, they're shucking and jiving. Before they were falling asleep behind the wheel, and all of a sudden, I don't know, they got a fire underneath their ass. I can't even believe it, right? So what Canon has been doing is they have this team of, let's say, concept camera developers, designers, whatever, scientists, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, what they do is they come up with these concepts. Instead of just creating them and then putting them to market, they might like crowdfund them or test them out in one way or another. They might never come to market, but a lot of them have, and they've done really well. Now, they started out with the Ivy Record. And that was a very interesting unit. And then after that, they moved into the PowerShot Zoom. And when I saw that, I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. Like this little camera you held up and this is it, right? It's like a lens without a camera. I don't know. Anyways, they came up with that and a lot of people were buying them, especially for like little sports stuff, moms and dads at the soccer field and whatnot. It did really well. And then they came out with the PowerShot Pick, which was another concept type of camera that sat on your desk. Well, the new one that we spoke about a few months ago, that we saw some leaked information about, kind of looked like R2-D2 or something. It was like this little cute egg looking thing. Well, now we found out it's called the Posture Fit.
これがそのモックなんですが、皆さんこれ何をするものだと思いますか？これはこれまで見てきたような写真を撮るカメラではありません。姿勢をはじめとした座り方を見守ってくれるデバイスになります。このデバイスはデスクの上に置いて使います。座ると顔を上げ、キョロキョロ人を探して見守りを開始します。
I'm like, what the heck is a posture fit? Well, it is I call it like a novelty camera. That's not a camera. It's really cute, but it's not really a camera, even though it looks like one. And it sits on your desk, and instead of taking photos or video, it's taking like your position, your posture. How are you sitting? How long are you sitting? It is, I would say, a health device almost. So instead of taking photos, they're taking three-dimensional representations of you. Are you leaning down and you're getting like smartphone neck? Are you sitting up nice and straight? Is your shoulders back? It takes a look at your posture, how you're sitting, how long you're sitting, and it documents it all. My understanding was the original thought was it was going to actually take video, but there was a lot of people that said, well, we don't want this thing to take video of us all day long and see the backgrounds of what's going on and whatnot. So they took that all out of the mix. Now, how do they do it? We'll kind of speculate in just a second. Now, what is it that it actually does? Well, it makes sure that you're not sedentary, right? You're not just sitting there, just going away on your computer for hours and hours on end, typing, all bent over like this, right? It's just simply not good for your health. So it tells you, hey, it's time for you to stand up and go do something. Or it tells you need to straighten up because you're bent over, you're crooked, you're leaning one way or another way, or back too much, or your head is down too low. You're going to end up with problems. And this is what they're looking at, long-term problems and how to correct them beforehand right at the workplace, sitting at your desk, basically. So the idea of this cute little guy that sits on your desk in comparison to like a camera or a webcam that's monitoring you, quote unquote, all day long, is that you would look at it and you would feel less, let's say, anxious about it sitting there and watching you all the time. That's number one. But number two, the way it alerts you to problems is very interesting and very innovative. So the understanding by Canon is that if you are alerted through like a little alert that pops up on your screen, chances are you immediately just pound on the X button. You don't want to see it. Or if you're alerted by sound, like a loud sound or a chime or a ring, like for example, your morning clock, right? Your alarm clock, you just smash it and that's it, right? You throw it on snooze or something. Well, the way this works is a little bit different because it alerts you almost as a dog would alert you, where it kind of wiggles around a little bit, it gets your attention and puts out like small little sounds, nothing crazy, but little sounds, and that's it. So that you look at it, you're like, oh, okay, I'm doing something wrong. What am I doing wrong? And these movements will basically tell you. So really smart, in my personal opinion, very smart. And that's what I've been seeing with a lot of these concept cameras that they've been designing and developing. They're just simply smart. They're pushing stuff, they're testing waters, and they're trying to fill like needs or gaps or whatnot. Now we know that Apple Watch has been doing this for a while. It will know if you're just being sedentary, not moving around, you're not standing up, you're not moving, and it'll alert you with a little buzz or whatever. Well, this fits that little niche in between that and goes a little bit further to now figure out your posture and how you're holding your chest out or back or in, or your neck up, down, or rotational stuff. It watches you once again in a three-dimensional space. It does not take photos or video. So I would speculate it's something like LiDAR or something, right? It finds that center of you, let's say through your eyes or whatnot, checks your positioning, how far distances are using LiDAR or something similar to that. Obviously, I'm speculating. They didn't put out any information when it comes to that, obviously. But still, no longer are we having to worry about a photo or video being taken of us and the backgrounds being showed. We're being showed all day long. So I like the idea. I like where they're going with it. It's almost like a FitBit, right? Where it will now track all of this data. It will log the data. And not only will the little guy like move around and purr and make little sounds and whatnot to alert you, but it'll also then give you that data in a compiled means, just like a Fitbit or an Apple Watch would, that you could look at and say, oh, whew, I was sitting for 4 hours straight this day. That's a problem, right? Or I've been bent over X amount of minutes. That's going to affect my shoulders or my neck or whatever. And it gives you all of this data, which I think is really, quite interesting. The idea of getting posture right for health, for fitness, let's say, to possibly limit future health problems, going to the chiropractor, going to the doctor, getting pain meds or whatever it is. So I like where they're going with it. Now, one of Canon's marketing specialists, what they call it or what they said, in quote, is that the Posture Fit is a great companion for desk workers. And I can see that to be the case because obviously if someone is running around all the time, you're not going to be able to use this. This is something that sits on your desk and monitors you all day and lets you know, are you getting up? And how often are you getting up? You know, that hour period or whatever that number is. Are you hunched over? Are you crooked? Are you leaning too much one direction or another direction? So very cool, I think. Very interesting, very cool. I like that they are trying new things. I really do think that that is awesome. Now, I do also like that they have made it cute. And they are understanding, or at least they're postulating, that that dog-like type of creature would be more effective than something buzzing on you. So, and I think that they're right. I think that they're 100% right. Now, Canon does admit that they don't know if this product will ever make it to market, but they're really excited about it nonetheless. They've been working on this for probably about a year now. It's been quite some time. We got some information out there about 6 months ago when there were some leaks, but this has got to be at least a year in the making. So they've been working on this for quite some time. Now, I'm going to bet that this unit is going to most likely go down the exact same road as the PowerShot Zoom, for example, that I talked to you guys about when they crowdfunded it. Why did they do that? You're like, why would Canon crowdfund anything? They have a ton of money. They don't need to crowdfund anything. But it's just simply smart, right? You very quickly figure out the enthusiasm for the product, the need of the product. What do people think about it? And not have to spend a lot of money. And the crowdfunding site is almost like your beta testing location, right? How many people are going to actually put out that money and support that project? If it's a small amount, well, maybe you just never go to market with it, all right? Or you make a small amount and you know that that's going to be the end of it. On the other hand, if it just goes nuts and there's a ton of people that are into it that want it, well, now you might want to throw more R&D at it and cultivate it a little bit more, whatever you need to do. It makes perfect sense to me. Crowdfunding is a great advertising means, and we're seeing a lot of the large corporations that are using it and using it to their benefit. So I guess a few of my questions are, do you think that this little R2-D2 looking thing would be right for you? Would you use it to improve your health, let's call it, your posture or whatnot? Is it something that you would fund? Also, do you think that crowdfunding or using crowdfunding by these companies is a smart way to go, like I do? What do you think about that? And also, should Canon continue down this road of concept cameras? This is really not a camera, but that's what they still call it. Should they continue doing this? Is this something that you think that will be of value long-term for Canon? My personal opinion on that is any type of innovation that Canon, Nikon, Sony, anyone can do is positive for the entire brand. Because even if this unit bombed, but they found out that, for example, that whole LiDAR, let's call it internal, works out really well for understanding positional stuff, they might roll it into another camera that they come out with, right? Or anything that has to do with this. Maybe the whole concept of a dog-like creature, okay, that is mechanical, that is electronic, might be something that they use in the future for another project. I don't think anything is wasteful when it comes to conceptual stuff. Innovation is absolutely imperative today. And the companies that continue to innovate are the companies that will be there for the long term. The ones that continuously iterate and make the exact same thing with small little tiny changes, they slowly go the way of the dodo bird, in my personal opinion. Anyways, guys, I want to know your opinion. In the comment area below, let's have this discussion. Also, when we're done talking down here, go to community.JCristina.com. Once again, community.JCristina.com. It's our creative Discord server where we can just hang out and chat. I'm there a lot. So go and head over there. It's free. community.JCristina.com. Also, if you want to help support the channel, click on the join button right down here and you will become a member of the channel. As a member, you give $1, $2, $3, whatever you want per month, and I can give you back perks. It's a way for you can help the channel, help me grow. Also, if you like this video, even a little bit, give it a thumbs up. That will be very helpful. Allow the YouTube gods to look kindly on this video and the channel and recommend it to others. And if you've already subscribed to the channel, click the little bell icon right over here. So when I go live, like I did a couple of days ago, or if a new video comes out, like today, you'll be notified of it immediately. Also, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools that I've invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. And finally, for being here to the end of the video, I appreciate that. Use promo code YT20 at checkout. Once again, promo code YT20 at checkout. You'll get 20% off everything in your shopping cart over there at JCristina.com. Once again, promo code YT20 at checkout. That's it, guys. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe and stay healthy.